Hello, my name's Christine Schmidt, and I'm a parishioner at St. Francis. I've been part of the parish since 1993. I currently participate in the music ministry, and I often take pictures for the parish, and I've also been involved in the past in the youth ministry. I've been asked to lead some reflections this week on prayer, another form of prayer for Lent. I don't feel particularly qualified, but I hope that you'll listen to what I have to say, because I think I have a different way of praying that many of you may be able to incorporate into your lives. So let's get started. And so, when I meditated and thought about this, I decided to go to the Catechism to see what it said. And this is one thing that I found that I find truly inspiring, in that prayer is a surge of the heart. It is a simple look turned toward heaven. It is a cry of a recognition of love, embracing both trial and joy. It goes on to say, in the new covenant, prayer is the living relationship of the children of God with their Father, who is good beyond measure, and with his Son, Jesus Christ, and with the Holy Spirit. The grace of the kingdom is the union of the entire holy and royal Trinity and with the whole human spirit. And this is the part that really, I think, sums it all up. Thus, the life of prayer is the habit of being in the presence of the thrice holy God and in communion with him. And so how do we reach communion with God? Well, one of the ways that I'm going to talk about today is using creation. So when I think of creation, I think of Genesis 1, of course. And in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and he goes to create the stars and the sky, the waters and the earth and the animals and man. And in the end, God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. If we think about Jesus and what he did, is when he needed to be quiet or to pray or to talk to his Father, he often went out into creation, into the wilderness or the desert after he was baptized, or up on the mountain where he was transfigured. He was on the boat when he calms the storm, or he was in the Garden of Gethsemane before the crucifixion. So Jesus is a great example of being quiet and using creation to talk to God. Of course, I'm not God. I'm not Jesus, and my life looks a lot like this. It's very busy. It's loud. It goes by in a blur. My desk is a mess. It's always got more things on it than I know what to do with. But I need all those things near me. I need my food, my scissors, my pens, my monitor, and it's just it's really representative of my life, where I am working, I'm cooking, I'm running errands, I'm doing music, I'm doing social media, there's shopping, laundry, cleaning, exercise. I got to have to spend time with my family. I've got my business, and the list goes on. And I'm sure all of you feel that your life might be very, very full. So in the past year with the pandemic, I actually have learned a little bit more about putting this stuff away, and the need and the value of being quiet, much like Jesus did when he turned to nature. So for me, one of the ways I found in the last year was to go paddling. I have a kayak and I go out on the reservoir near us. I would end up going 2-3 times a week. I go with a friend, go with my husband, go by myself. Sometimes it was hot and sunny. Other times it was cold, cool, cloudy. I've even been out there when it's rainy. My disclaimer to that, of course, is not to go out when it's dangerous and like thunderstorms, because you don't want to be praying to God that he's going to save you from those things. The point is to commune with God, to be close, to find his creation. I find when I paddle, I'm very connected to God and creation. I see detail and beauty in the small things and in the big. I feel peace and strength. I hear gentleness and calm. Psalm 104 says, O Lord, how manifold are your works. In wisdom have you made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. Here is the sea, great and wide, which teems with creatures innumerable, living things both great and small. So when I paddle, it resets my perspective. I'm no longer burdened with my worries, and I feel I have a new context to my life. I'm no longer overwhelmed, but refreshed, healed, and strengthened. My soul connects with that spirit of creation. I feel fortunate for this opportunity. And I know many of you may not paddle, but maybe you hike. Maybe you see some of the same things, the beauties of the colors of the trees, the breezes. More recently, maybe you were out in the snow. All of these things are beautiful and are a way for us to connect better with God. Of course, the last few months haven't really allowed me to paddle, but that doesn't mean I haven't been without my prayers. So I go back to the concept of finding God through creation. I think about how God created each one of us with unique talents and gifts. And with these gifts, we create. And in that action of creation, we are drawn closer to God. So I think of creation as being out of that creative spirit from within, much like God created his world and everything else. We have a bit of that spirit where we are drawn to create things. And we have all different talents. We have people who know how to paint and to sew and to play music. We have people who write and who cook, and people who make the house, who have these beautiful houses inside, who decorate, who do crafts, who garden, or like me, who are photographers. When I access that creative spirit within me, the noise around me quiets because I focus on those small things in creation. My spirit feels calm. And again, I think of the way that I acknowledge God's creation within me, his gifts, and I grow closer to him. So I challenge you to think about how you connect with God and creation. Think about how time out in nature, time spent being creative, can be a form of prayer. These are ways that access the creative spirit, that gift from God within, to the special ways that connect you to God and creation. So in closing, I want to share this one verse from the New Testament. For ever since the world was created, people have seen the earth and sky. Through everything God made, they can clearly see his invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature, so they have no excuse for not knowing God. So I hope you were able to enjoy that little presentation. I have one more thing that I'd like to share with you, and that's a different way of praying, and it has to do with my music. And you can see here I have a harp, and I wanted to explain a little bit about the harp because the harp was a gift to me. It was something that my husband did. He's a woodworker, and that's his gift. He likes to work with wood, and his expression of love to me was to build this harp from a kit for me and to give it to me for our anniversary. And so I've been playing for about 3 months, and I didn't realize it, but I fell in love with it, and I find that I can play the same piece over and over again, and as a prayer, just as a way to to commune with God, to feel closer. So this very last bit is, I'm going to play a very simple tune. I've only been playing for 3 months, so it's not perfect, but I think there's something very beautiful about this tune, and it's called Shaban Niliri. And I hope you enjoy it. So thank you.